I'm interested. So you took all like the MOOCs, you took a
Right.
lot of these courses before you
Yep.
even did General
Right.
Assembly.
Right.
Was General Assembly worth it? What was your
Yeah, yeah, it
experience with
was
that?
I mean, it was great for me. Like, every course, every instructor's different. They try to have a standard curriculum, but for a given topic, but it was awesome for me. So I was still during General Assembly, during my course, it was 11 weeks, just 6 hours a week in the evenings. And so during the day, I was like doing the homeworks and I was still doing the online courses. I was actually, for the data science specialization, I started being one of their online TAs. So I was just like, I'm going to take all my time and get better at this stuff. Um, and by the end of and of course, so coming into the course, having done a lot of studying of it, I was like, okay, I already know some of this, but my instructor was great and I learned a lot of new things. And at this time, I was working pretty much all in R, but we did a little bit of Python in the course, but I was more comfortable with R. And then at the end of the course, they they were looking for teaching assistants for the next iteration of it, which was just I think a couple weeks later. And they asked me, and I was like, "Am I ready for this?" And my girlfriend, now wife, was like, "Oh yeah, 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 you can do this. Like you're ready, you know." And I was like, "Okay." So I was actually a teaching assistant for the next time they were in the course. And then at the end of that, they were looking for instructors and asked me to co-instruct the course. And I was like, whoa, are you sure? Like, and my wife is like, yes, do it. And they're like, yeah, you'd be great. Like, this will work. And, they paired me with someone else. And so this is the end of 2014. And remember, in January, I didn't even know what data science was. And in December, I think, or at least the next January, I was teaching it. And it turned out I loved teaching. Like I did not, my mom's a teacher actually, but I did not grow up thinking I want to be a teacher. And I it turned out I was like, "Oh, I'm good at teaching. Like this is fun." Like, and these classes are 3 hours long. So me and my co-instructor, we would just take turns and so I'd be up there for like 3 hours and it was great. Like I couldn't have even predicted that. I mean, I did looking back, I did some teaching at my at one of the nonprofits I worked for. I would hold these little training sessions on Excel and like VLOOKUPs and whatever, and I enjoyed that. So maybe that was a predictor of something to come. But yeah, I started teaching and just fell in love with teaching. And I ended up teaching that course the next year. So in 2015, I taught it like, let's see, one, two, like 5 times, I think, and ended up becoming like their lead data science instructor for that campus. And I started onboarding new instructors and whatever. So it was like, I feel so lucky for the folks that believed in me. And I learned so much because as you probably know, like when you teach, you have to learn.
You get
Like
exposed, yeah.
you, yeah. So I very much learned. I learned so much because, again, at General Assembly, most people are like, I work in the field and I'm teaching in the evenings. Me, I'm like, I have no other job. I'm going to spend all my time learning, getting better at teaching. I was blogging. I was creating YouTube videos already. And there's kind of a funny story to why I started that. But I was like spending all my time both learning data science, learning how to teach better. I was rewriting lessons that I didn't like. And I ended up rewriting probably 90% of the lessons. And so I was just like teaching my own material by the end of 2015 because like I was like, oh, I can teach this better. And I had the time, during the day when I'm not teaching. I was like, I can rewrite these materials how I want them. And you just learn so much when you are responsible for teaching something, and you put that pressure on yourself to like, I want to give these students a great experience. I want to be able to answer their questions and guide them through this, really complicated field. So that was really the start of, data school. It was just, the data school blog has been since 2014, and it was just me sharing what I was learning and writing blog posts on topics that there weren't at the time good blog posts on. And yeah, anyway, so that was kind of like how I got into teaching and how data school started. Just kind of an accident.